I opened the door with a gift in my hand, a simple box, ribboned in black. I thought it was going to be another night of pretending. Smiles, polite claps, the usual game of being the supportive husband. But then I froze. The room erupted in laughter, champagne glasses tilted, and there he was, her CEO, down on one knee, looking up at my wife with a diamond so large it mocked every sacrifice I had made for her. "Will you leave your poor, impotent husband and marry me?" The words cut through the music, through the crowd, through my chest, and then I heard her answer, yes. The room roared. They laughed at me like I was the evening's entertainment. The man who built their world reduced to a punchline. I didn't drop the gift. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I simply walked away. She was everything once. Or maybe I only believed she was. We met when she had nothing. Debt, a broken car, an empty fridge. I filled the spaces she couldn't. Paid her tuition, nursed her mother's medical bills, stood behind her at every board meeting when she said the company was hers. But it was mine. 90% of it. My idea, my money, my execution. I gave her the crown because she looked good wearing it. And for years, I told myself that was enough. I should have seen the cracks sooner. Her late nights at the office, her sudden distaste for my touch, the way she flinched when people called me the real power. But love blinds, trust binds, and I was bound too tightly to see the knife in her hand. The first real sign came 3 months ago. A hotel receipt, tucked into her purse, not her style, too careless. Then a whisper from an employee, hesitant eyes, a half-swallowed warning. And finally, an anonymous email, photos of her slipping into a penthouse with him, his hand at her waist. My heart broke, but my face did not. I thanked the messenger, deleted the proof, and acted as though nothing had changed. But everything had. That was the night I began planning. I didn't rage, I didn't confront, I studied. I pulled every ledger, every share certificate, every legal clause. The company was still mine. The house, mine. The accounts, mine. She never checked the paperwork because she assumed my devotion was permanent. I watched her spend money like it grew on trees, never realizing the tree was rooted in my hand. I set meetings with my lawyers, quiet, surgical. Every asset she touched was redirected. Every card, account, and allowance tethered to my approval. I let her run wild. Vacations, dresses, champagne, while I pulled the invisible strings tighter. And then I waited for the right stage. That stage revealed itself tonight. When I heard her yes, I smiled. It was small, hidden, but real. Because the moment the words left her mouth, everything she thought she had evaporated. On my phone, I canceled every payment, every credit card. The Paris trip she planned, the yacht booking for next month. The mortgage she never realized was under my name. And then the company. My company. 90% shares. $357 million. I sold them in one calculated stroke. Liquidated. Pulled the ground out from under her feet and her lover's empire. One push of a button and their kingdom became rubble. By the time I got home, my phone lit up like fireworks. 156 missed calls. Her, him, the board. Friends who once begged for our table scraps, now desperate for answers. I ignored them all. The knock came at midnight, sharp, urgent, almost panicked. I opened the door, and there she was. No diamond on her hand now, no laughter. Just mascara bleeding down her face, hair undone, the arrogance gone. She tried to speak. I let silence weigh heavy between us. Finally, she choked out, "What have you done?" I stepped aside, let her in, let her see the papers spread neatly across the table. Proof of ownership, proof of withdrawal, Proof of her fall. Her knees buckled. She sat without grace, eyes darting across the numbers, the signatures, the dates. "You destroyed everything," she whispered. "No," I said calmly. "I took back what was mine. You destroyed yourself." She begged then. For the first time in years, she begged. Not for love, not for forgiveness, for money, for survival. Her CEO lever had already turned on her, she confessed, called her damaged goods, threw her out the moment he realized the company was gone, that the fortune had slipped through his manicured hands. The man she betrayed me for discarded her like trash. And now she wanted me to catch her? I didn't. I watched her fall apart in my living room. A woman who once believed she was untouchable, now reduced to sobs on my floor. I felt nothing. No rage, no sorrow, just closure. When she finally looked up at me, eyes swollen, voice raw, I leaned in and whispered the only truth that mattered. "You wanted me poor, impotent, a joke. But look around, darling. Who's powerless now?" I walked to the door, opened it, and waited. She staggered out, her pride shattered. The door clicked shut behind her, and for the first time in years, the silence felt like freedom.